We will understand the basic difference between web element and locator. Most of the testers got confused between these two, and they consider these two as the same. But while designing the web automation framework, a production grade level test automation framework, this difference must be known to the test engineers. So we will discuss this step by step. What is a web element and what is a locator? So a locator describes how to find an element. What I mean by this is, like, it provides the internal implementation of the method to find the DOM element whenever a driver is instantiated to find the web element. In contrast to this, a web element represents the found instance of that element at runtime. What this means is, a web element stores the instance of that DOM element inside the web element object, and whenever we need it, it will provide us. Basically, it is a snapshot of the DOM, and whenever we require that, then whenever a driver requires the web element, it used to provide this. So this by the definition, it looks like the web element is the good method to store, and then we have once stored it and then we can use it multiple times. But this is not the case. Like, whenever the script starts to run, and we generally in automation run multiple scripts, and parallel execution often happens, and the testing across different multiple browser also happens. So during this case, if we are storing a web element or a DOM screenshot snapshot, and then we are using it, so sometime what happens, due to multiple windows are open, the page refreshes, or sometimes the page loads slowly, due to which uh, the driver is not able to find that stored web element in that page, due to which the script fails abruptly, and we got flaky tests, and the we get stale element exception, stale element reference exception. This type of exceptions usually occurs, and like, if we are running suppose 100 test scripts, so 20 to 30 will fail because of this, and then we will need to rerun that again. So that is not a good way of approach for a test engineer, like 20 to 30 scripts failing in just tail element exception, because then we need to re-trigger the scripts, and it is time consuming for us. So what we do is, we use locator based approach. As we can see in the code, like, we use a by method implementation, or like by object method, or like, we can simply say we use by object to store the particular DOM element. As in the example, by we are storing the login button, which we have retrieved with the help of id. So by login button is equal to by dot id login. Here this is stateless, so whenever the code runs, then it will, by method will has its it is a abstract method class, and it has internal Selenium implementation for finding the web element or finding the DOM element. And whenever the scripts run, then it dynamically finds this uh, web element or DOM element by providing the ID, and at instance only it will do the driver will do the action. So this helps us to avoid stale element reference exception, page or element not found exception, and this help us to run smoothly across multiple browsers and multiple parallel test suites we can run with this. So this is the more clean code and framework friendly method to store the web elements. I hope you got the point. So below I have provided the code based on, like, storing in web element object the DOM elements. So here web element login button is equal to driver dot find element by id login. So here driver has found like it has pre-found, like before the execution the snapshot has been taken and it has been stored in a login button, and then whenever driver will require that, it will use it. So this is a bad approach. Okay, like login button not click, first the web element is stored and then it is clicked. So here there is big chances of script failure. Another we have seen in most of the automation framework is page factory implementation for the DOM elements. So these are like we use annotations, and in annotations find by, and then we uh, provide the ID or like XPath or anything to uh, find the DOM elements, and then it is stored in web element. So this is also not a good to go approach for handling a large automation framework, because this at the rate annotation is implemented internally, and it is hard to debug for us to if script fails for any reason due to stale element exception, like as the code we don't know as it is implemented internally. So this is also a bad approach. So now we have understood what a web element is and what a locator is. So now we will proceed to like understand what is the correct approach for POM to implement the web elements to like provide the driver with the correct DOM elements. As you can see in the code, this is the bad POM design, which is page object model design, or the bad code which is used by the freshers in the automation field, mostly who don't know how to implement. So here we can see we have implemented a login page class, and there we are storing the DOM elements in the web element object uh, by like driver.find element by id login as the snapshot is stored. So this is a bad approach. Okay, now in the production level code, or in the uh, like code which we use in the corporate, we use wrapper class code. As you can see, we wrapped in try and catch block, and then we are providing in the method we are providing uh, the parameter as a by parameter to store the DOM based element, and once this is stored in the by object, then we are like waiting for it to load for this locator. Okay, once it is available for clickable, then the driver initiates to find the DOM element by driver dot find element, and we are providing this locator or the path or the steps to find the DOM element, and then it is clicking on that. So if the page refreshes in between, or like parallel execution happens, or like there is a slow loading of the page, so we are like we skip from all of this, and if there is a wait time, then it will wait for page to load. If there is like multiple parallel execution test cases, then we have provided a locator, and it we have provided the method to find the locator by object by storing in a by object. So at the at that time only, it is driver is going to find that DOM element, and then it will click it, instead of pre-storage of in the web element object, and then doing the going to the driver and then clicking it. You got the point. I hope you got the point. And if the driver is able to find that element, and then find and then is able to click on that button, then we will log this, like this that the driver has clicked on that element. If the driver is not able to find that, then we will catch this with the help of exception, like it is unable to click, so that the tester or the debugger or the framework or the SDate which uh, should know, like if the particular button has been clicked or not. So in this way the proper code is written.